Don't go any more north, I'm warning you. You got those weird children of the atom folk. Now, they don't look like much of a threat, but they are. Now, they don't wear any fancy armor or anything, and they don't have any heavy-duty weapons, but they do wield a weird weapon in particular that's really dangerous against people, so they say. Not machines, not super mutants, and most mutated animals, not really, but yes, people. If you haven't clued in yet, the gun I'm talking about is, of course, the gamma gun. The gamma gun's a strange weapon. It's like someone created the prototype to something, and then they stopped. They gave up. It's like, okay, that's good. Send it out, make duplicates, whatever. But this gun's the only radiation gun. That said, it only affects humans. So its target demographic is limited. Now, in terms of how useful it is, well, it stands to be questioned at the moment. The gamma round is actually one of the more rarer ammo in the wasteland. You'll find a little bit of it, but not too much, and the stuff's quite expensive to purchase. But nonetheless, when we take it to the firing range, you can see it has a weird projectile. Very large green blob, and it's decent accuracy, but the reloading cycle is long. For only 8 shots. That's a long reload. And the iron sights, well, they're practically useless. Now, before I talk any numbers, my gunslinger perk is fully maxed out, so you'll see the full damage value of this weapon. Now, for our upgrade table, we don't have exactly much of a choice. Well, for dish, we're just going to go with deep dish, because it increases range and damage. There's no reason not to. And this weapon probably won't get very heavy either from all this. For the grip, well, we're going to attach some duct tape to the grip and call it a sharpshooter grip. Not what I really would call a sharpshooter's grip, but whatever. Now we got a bit of a choice here. You can take the electric signal carrier or the signal repeater. But I take the electrical signal for more damage. You can charge up your shots. Now I'm not sure if the energy damage is going to help a whole lot, but let's take it back down to the firing range. You see the projectile's a little bit bigger now, thanks to the deep dish, and we can charge it for electrical shots. However, it's still only 8 shots. So this leads the reloading cycle pretty much the same. Okay, so we took the gamma gun. Quite a flawed weapon, to be honest. We gave it a few upgrades, and we dramatically increased the damage. A lot. But how this translates to actual combat, we'll see. It has lots of range, but let me tell you about that range. It's useless. You try hitting someone at a long range. It's not going to happen. The projectile speed's too slow, and the point of contact on these shots is the size of a bullet. Even though it's a huge blob, I'm still missing opponents by like mere hairs. So the size of this projectile is false. They still be treated like bullets. Because even at long range, I couldn't hit them. At least not effectively, so I had to go point blank almost. And at point blank, this weapon is quite a troublesome hassle to reload, while enemies taking pot shots at me. But even there, firing it from the hip is quite unreliable, and I don't like the iron sights at all. Iron sights, you're just a little cutout in the dish. But man, I don't like this weapon. It's not very good. It's supposed to be good against only people, and you can see I'm on normal difficulty. This isn't hard difficulty. This isn't extreme. It's normal difficulty. These veterans are taking multiple shots to drop. When you have only 8 shots in a magazine, it's not very great. When you have turrets, you got no choice but to turn away. So I went up to someone in power armor in the same fight. And as I figured, this is a worthless endeavor. Even if I charge up the shots, which again, if I could hit the damn opponent, does not really do any significant change. Just a lot slower. Couldn't stand using it anymore. Even in more controlled fights, where it's limited, again, it takes multiple shots just to drop some opponents. And this weapon is only supposed to use against one type of enemies, the humans, but it may made it most common. There's many other enemy types out there. I would not take this gun into those fights. It is not a very good weapon. But anyway, let's talk about some pros and cons now. Okay, pros. I don't got any. That's right. I don't find anything redeeming value in this weapon. Cons? We got lackluster damage. The projectile is the wrong size. The ammunition type is rare and expensive. And generally the accuracy of the weapon itself is not too terribly great. So yeah, this one, it's a crap weapon. So of all the experimental weapons in the game, I'd call this one the runt of the litter, because it's not very good. I used it a little bit in the midpoint of my gameplay, when I played through, and it did okay then, but going back to it now, it clearly does not hold up. It's meant to only take down humans, and it fails to do that. It does a mediocre job. Don't recommend this weapon to anyone. That's Showcase for today. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.